They call us the All-Americans. The 82nd Division had been around since World War I. That was the first time we went to Europe and kicked the Hun back across the Rhine. But it wasn't until the bombs dropped on Pearl Harbor and Hitler and the Nazis declared war on the United States that this new conflict got big enough to be thought of as a Second World War. That's the first time someone mentioned the 82nd Division might become airborne. They lined us up, asked for volunteers. For an extra $50 a month, we'd be part of a great American experiment in warfare. We'd jump out of airplanes into combat. We'd be the first, the Vanguard. We shipped off to Georgia for training, then England, then Operation Torch in Africa, where we got shot at by a bunch of French who seemed to think working with Hitler was a good idea. Then, one day, the brass came out of the briefing tent and gathered their leaders. Then the captains and sergeants got their guys. Within 15 minutes, word had reached every soldier in camp. This was it, Operation Husky. The Americans were fighting Hitler's own, and we were going in first. Husky had gone bad, and the brass knew it. Half the troops were lost before they hit the ground. When we got to England, they'd pile 16 of us into a truck every day, drive away from the manor where we had our camp, and dump us. We got pretty good at finding our way back. Same truck, every day. Don't get lost. I'd broken my hand in some unit training. I was off the jump roster. A few guys got assigned to the beach landings. I drew the triple AAW. Anti-aircraft artillery, glider drop. In Anzio, they'd found a diary from some German officer. He called the Airborne Devils, devils in baggy pants. Well, we're coming to France now, and the Devils are gonna have their due.
Crossroads. We link up with Sergeant Magnuson and the others on the ground, take out the bridges, and head to the resupply drop. Okay, Volsnack! We're going down! Brace yourself! Keep the nose up!
We got a short leave in July. Most nights in a tent outside the same manor house north of London. A bunch of new recruits came in. Officers were building us up fast. Almost no time passed before we were in lockdown again. Our lines were stalled at the border of Holland. Monty had a scheme to break us through. Another Brit plan. At least the Brits were taking the heat this time, dropping 60 miles into enemy territory. We were 35 clicks in. We can do this. That's what we thought. Felt good to be back on the jump roster. This was the big one. Just might be home by Christmas. At the start of March, a bunch of us were folded into the 17th Airborne with some men who'd fought in the Bulge, but who'd never jumped. They had us based at an airfield in France. Felt like we were gearing up again. A couple fellas were betting we'd jump across the Rhine and that'd be the end of it. But then the 9th Armored captured Remagen, and the Allies started pouring into Germany. From where we stood, it looked like the war was over. The charge into the fatherland would not be led by the Airborne. Eisenhower said the Ludendorff Bridge was worth its weight in gold. If that's true, a hell of a lot of dough sank into the Rhine when it collapsed 2 weeks later. Men, too. 28 guys died trying to keep it standing. Now it looked like those fellas won their bet. The Airborne was jumping into Germany, and there was no hiding it from Hitler. The Nazis knew we were coming, and every gun in Germany was pointed at the sky.
Stand in the door! We're dropping right on top of enemy positions! Be ready to land fighting! Get out of the plane! Go, go, go! Keegan, get the hell out of here! It's up to the ground forces to mop things up from here. The Airborne's job in this war is done. What? No wise-ass comments, Lawson?
Yeah, I've never seen anything more beautiful either.
When the war ended, the 17th Airborne was disbanded. After seeing the fall of the Third Reich, the 82nd returned to the States, where they remained an active division. Over the years, they have answered the call for service throughout the world. In Panama, Vietnam, Grenada, Kuwait, the Balkans, and many more. The 82nd supported disaster relief when Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, and were deployed in conflicts in Iraq beginning in 2004. They are deployed there still. They call us the All-Americans, but we didn't fight for America, for freedom, or for democracy. Together, the Allies didn't fight for anything. What we fought against defined us. We fought against tyranny, cruelty, and oppression. The government's principles and institutions that rose in their place were for free people to choose long after we were gone.